What's going on, YouTube? Marcus Crockett back with another video. I'm gonna go on my final walkthrough. So I don't think I ever mentioned that I do 2 walkthroughs, and you should do 2 walkthroughs too. So your first walkthrough is when you get a prospect, they want you to come out and basically give them a proposal for services. So I did the proposal for services a couple of weeks ago, and this client is actually the one who messaged me when she sent me an email. It was just leaving the airport, and then we closed on a deal when I was in the air. This is a couple of weeks ago. So anyways, we do the first walkthrough. You submit the proposal looks good. They sign or counter. In this case, they signed, she didn't counter. They'll sign the proposal, and at that point, the prospect goes from being a prospect to now a client. You're now under agreement to provide them with services. So now they're a client. So when it's time to do your final walkthrough, and I typically like to do my final walkthrough a day or 2 before we actually start services. So we're supposed to start services in the next day or so, but I typically like to do my final walkthrough then. So what happens during your final walkthrough? So during your final walkthrough, this is when you are going back over everything, making sure all your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted. By that I mean you're making sure that you're double checking to make sure when is the earliest you can go into the account to clean, when is the latest, when does it absolutely have to be cleaned by. You're gonna go over any key policies that they may have. You're gonna go over alarm codes. You're gonna go over exactly where the garbage cans are, if there's any keys to the garbage, where the recycles are. You're going to go over any special things that are just outside of. You're gonna go over anything that's outside of the ordinary, anything that's not really like common sense. Now, what by that I mean, we have a few different accounts to where when the alarms were, when they were installed kind of weird. So by that I mean, like, one account in particular, all of the perimeter doors could be secure, but if this one interior door isn't secure, you won't be able to turn the alarm on. These are things that not anyone's just gonna know. They're gonna have to tell you that. And through time, I have to go through all of these little small, minute details and ask these questions, because the worst thing that can happen is I got a crew there and they're there at 11 o'clock and they can't turn the alarm on. Now I have to call my emergency contact to figure out why. And it's like, oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Well, now they woke up. It's just not a good thing. So you want to always make sure that you double check for anything that has to do with an alarm. And I just mentioned, now mentioned your the emergency contact. This is another thing that you're going to want to have to get. You don't assume that the person who you're meeting with is the emergency contact. They may have a service that you can call 24 hours a day in the event of emergency. This is something that you're gonna wanna know. What kind of emergency? It could be anything. It could be you arrive on the account, the door is the door is unlocked, or the window is broken, or you go inside and the toilet is overflown, the sink is overflown, or the alarm goes off. What is their policy? What's their procedure? So all of these things is what those are some of the things that we touch on when we do our final walkthrough. And then overall, we're just gonna walk the account again, just to see if anything has changed. They may start doing construction in one bathroom, or you can't use this. You're just gonna go over any and everything. You're gonna walk the account again, make sure that, again, all your T's are crossed, I's are dotted, and yeah, you're gonna go from there. So you wanna touch base and make sure that everything is covered. But when I get there, I'm gonna see if they'll let me film. If I can film, you'll see it. If not, you won't. But I'll get with you in a minute.
Like at the front door, or do you want to start at one end?
Yeah, we get to start at one end.
Okay.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was not restful, but good.
Yeah.
How about you?
It was pretty good.
Okay, so do you want me to just kind of talk you through?
Oh. Okay. Garbage and recycle. Okay. Awesome. And restroom. Okay. Was this the, okay, this was the janitor's closet.
Yeah,
okay.
so this one, there's a broom and a vacuum and a few little supplies. Generally speaking though, you guys probably won't need this one.
Yeah.
You will need this one.
Gotcha. This is for all of the other supplies, I'm assuming?
Exactly.
Okay. All the toiletries. Okay. Okay.
And occasionally we have to order because we're...
How do you want to do the ordering? Just,
we will order.
okay.
So here's some of the, it's not in pristine condition.
No, yeah. No, it's completely understandable. So with, man, I was talking for like at least 5 minutes and I didn't realize that my phone wasn't recording. So yeah, that's what happened. But I just finished up the walkthrough. You know, and like I was saying before that, you know, final walkthroughs, they mirror the initial walkthrough, except for you're getting more detailed information. So in this case, like, you know, we got all the keys, alarm codes, all that stuff. But, you know, there was a situation with one of the doors where she's like, hey, be careful with this door. You got to double check it because when you close it, like you close a regular door is latched. This one doesn't latch. So you kind of got to lift it, pull it. Those are things that you wouldn't necessarily talk about during an initial walkthrough. Those are things that would take place after contracts are signed and you're on your second walkthrough. So that's pretty much what second walkthroughs, what the purpose of those are for, just getting all of the other small details, all the little stuff that weren't really talked about or there was no need to talk about initially. But one of the things that is never ever really spoken about in commercial cleaning is the knowing where you are and what you are, right? And what I mean by that is like knowing where you are. You are at an account to do a certain job, or in this case, let's use walkthrough for example. I'm there to gain information and to be able to provide the best service that I can based on the information that I have. So that's where I am. But what I am is someone who is in the people business. Now, when I say that I'm in the people business, yes, I'm in the commercial cleaning industry, but I'm in the people business. People want to do business with people that they like. Now, initially, they don't know me and I don't know them. We have to build a rapport. So building rapport is one of the things that's almost never talked about. Like, how fast can you go in? How fast can you build a rapport with someone? How fast can you get them on the same page to let them know, like, hey, I know that we don't know each other, but I genuinely do have the best intentions for your company. And then also at the same time, like, here's a little bit about me as a person, and they're gonna tell you a little bit about them as a person. And the way that you do it is very fluid, but it's a conversation. It's very fluid. Really quick example. I've had an account for about almost 8 years, right? And this account, I know more about some of the employees than I do about the actual decision maker. Decision makers, I know that she's always busy, and there's never ever really a real problem. And when there is a problem, she always gives me the benefit of the doubt, just because we do have a personal relationship that is business appropriate, right? That's important, right? It's always business appropriate. But you know, like I said, we've had this account for 8 years. One of the workers, I'm never really in this account. I was in there last week, and I'm just doing a quick inspection, and one of the workers sees me. I haven't seen her in like 4 years, and you know, she was happy to see me, and she's asking questions about the kids, about the family, right? And you know, I'm able to answer those questions. I'm able to ask questions about her family and how things are going. And I know she's getting closer to she's now getting closer to the point where she's getting ready to retire, and we're just able to have those types of conversations. This lady, she's one of the more senior people. Obviously, she's getting ready to retire. She's one of the more senior people in the building. So a lot of the supervisors, the upcoming supervisors, these are people that she's trained, that she's helped along the way. So if there's ever a situation that has come up that involves character, she will be able to always speak highly of me when it comes to that, just based on the relationship that we have. Now, I know that now, but when we initiated, from day one, I didn't know her, she didn't know me. I didn't know that she would be able to help or anything like that. I didn't know. This is just me just having normal conversation and learning things about people and them learning things about me as time goes on. So, you know, it's beneficial in that sense, where it can definitely help you. You always want to be a person that is likable and easy to do business with. And depending on what your ideal customer is, a lot of the times, at least for me and for my company, I love to do business with people like that, like people that I like and people that are easy to do business with. And it's always a match when you can meet when those two like interests meet each other. It's always a perfect match. So that's one of the things that's just never ever really spoken about, you know, on a mass scale when it comes to this industry. So that's the main thing, is just making sure that you're personable, you're easy to do business with. But guys, like I always say, I'm always dropping jewels. Just make sure you pick them up by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go ahead and hit the like button. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.